morning. You are watching QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. We are back on another edition. I am here with my colleague, Julde Njai. Good morning, Julde.
Good morning, Balde, and good morning to our viewers from wherever you're watching us from. We are back to another edition of this morning program. Like we always do, it's always interactive, interesting, and of course educative. We invite people from all walks of life to come to here and talk to us about pertinent issues happening in the country and of course around the world. So good morning to you and good morning to Mr. Mboj.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Mr. Mboj, it's good to have you here as the newspaper review guest as always. Yes. Yeah, so on the program today we'll be looking at the African proverb, then from there the newspaper review. Mr. Mboj is our guest, and we'll be talking to the Female Lawyers Association of the Gambia. Mariatu J. Newland will be here, and of course Igbo Badek will be here, Badorek rather, will be here, and we'll also take a look at the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, in partnership with the World Food Programme, recently handed over a cold storage facility to the women of the Brufut Fish Landing site. So we'll be talking to our Sengor project coordinator. She will also be here. Then from there, we will be looking at karate, and Al-Fusaini Tarawale, master trainer, Bursumbala Karate Club, will be here and will be demonstrating. We'll be doing some Usyo Jums Komai in the studio. Mr. Boyd, have you ever done Us Yo
Kung Fu.
Jums Komai? Osuki and Jordan Suki.
What's that, Balde?
It's they have their language. They have, I think the Osuki is when you send your hand up, and Jordan Suki is when you punch on the stone.
The middle is it? Yeah, the midriff, absolutely.
You know, so they have their own language too. So we would get to learn from them a lot today. You know, I said to Tunkara, he said 2 people will be coming and they'll be doing a demonstration in the studio. I said, no need. You know, my school days I was doing karate, so no need. They will beat me to the core. All right, so Julde, what's our African proverb?
Balde, our African proverb this morning is, if you carry the egg basket, do not dance. If you carry the egg basket, do not dance.
Manam ku enu panye nen.
Ku
ku enu panye nen. Warna muna fecha. Waaye bu mu def fee ci kukkere xam nga kukkere daan kukkere boobu soo ko defee mu daanu waaw waaye mun ngaa boppa bi def de move boppa waa def nii waaye mun ngaa def salsa nag salsa moom tànka yaa dee def waaw. So basically it is telling us to be careful in certain situations. If you know your situation, you have to be careful. If you know, if you eat eggs, you have allergies. I mean, don't eat eggs. Understand? So be careful. What do you think, Mr.
But you're a star.
You mean I'm a star?
Big time. No, when I read it, the first thing I thought, I said, well, especially if you have all your eggs in that basket, you better not dance. Then I was playing around with the idea. What if I want to dance? Then I thought, you better put the basket down first. Taking responsibility, isn't it? You know, if you're responsible for something, carry out your duty. I think that's essentially what it is. And yes, care would come into it. You know what I mean? There's a responsibility, so take care of it in the best way that you can. You can't dance, you know. Never mind your happiness, do your duty. There's another phrase like that. Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's how I see it.
I think I agree. I'm just gonna agree with what you guys are saying this morning. Yeah, like I think Balde gave us a perfect definition as to what this proverb really means. you know, it's about being cautious in life. Whatever you're doing, whatever responsibility that you're given, you should weigh all options. You should not be overwhelmed or overexcited about any situation, but instead you should weigh everything, all the options, to know exactly what happened, and then, you know, just strike a balance in whatever you're doing, and then you're good. But if you're sad and you overreact, it's going to cause problems. If you're happy also, you overdo it, you're also going to face the consequences. So that is why always be, you know, balanced. Strike a balance in every situation that you are in, so that the basket will not fall at the end of the day. I don't know, but Balde, you actually saved us today.
I think we are all saying the same thing. I think that's a good one too. It's just to be careful in life.
Exactly.
You know, if you look at eggs is something, you know, once you lose it, you cannot get it, except if you go buy new ones, and it's going to cost you to buy, you know, a replacement. So it's important for you to be careful, you know, when you are carrying. But it is more to eggs. It's not just eggs. It's telling you about your life. Be careful. You understand? You live once. YOLO. You live. They call it YOLO. You live once. You know. So I think it's for us to be very careful, Mr. Boyd.
Yes, absolutely. I suppose maybe, you know, with these proverbs, you can apply it anywhere, really. Even at work. Take your job seriously. You know what I mean? In many ways, you know, you've invested your time, your resources, your everything in it. So protect it. There's an element of protection coming in here as well. Do not dance. You have to protect the eggs, otherwise they'll fall. So you can apply, in the nature of proverbs, you can apply them in different circumstances, can't you, really? Just depends. But the core idea, I think you understand the core idea of what this is saying.
To be cautious. All right, so that's the African proverb for you. Viewers, we will now take a short break to acknowledge the people that fuel this program. Opticalia will be back.
Opticalia is a leading European brand which is now in the Gambia. Are you looking for glasses? Then you have come to the right place. As a first step, we will perform an eye exam to ensure we prescribe the correct lenses for you. After that, you can select a frame of your choice. We have a variety of brands in stock, and you will definitely find yours. You can have the full package of frame plus lenses starting from $990 up to more for the most fashionable options. Once you find a frame you like, your lenses will immediately be edged by our lab technician. Within 30 minutes, you will be able to leave with your prescription glasses and a huge smile on your face. How amazing is that? Visit us at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123.
Yeah, so we are back. You are watching QTV this morning, and of course, just our Christian brothers and sisters are fasting today.
Oh,
you know, yes,
it is.
And it is important for us to pray for them. It is because Gambia, it's a country where we believe in religious tolerance. I mean, where we accommodate other religions as well. So we live together, the Muslim and the Christian. You know, when you look at the setup of our communities, we have Christian friends, they have Muslim friends. You know, we attend Christian feast, they attend our feast as well. So it's like we are interconnected in different ways. You know, my best friend,
Mr. Balde, in Banjul when we were younger, we used to go to church. We had some Christians who would go to the Dara So we are sort of like a unique situation in many ways. I don't think religion can ever be a problem with us. So yes, of course, we wish them well. So that's how close we are. I'm talking about just feast. We used to go to church, and they would go to Dara and stuff like that. That's just the nature of our society.
Exactly. You know, when we accept one another, when we accept each other, there will be peace. You understand? Exactly. Even when the Quran was revealed to our Prophet ﷺ, there is a particular verse where Allah said, "Lakum dinikum waliya din." Follow your religion, and I follow my religion. You understand? So I think that why the idea behind that is to maintain peace, for there to be peace. You know, but let us don't take it to the extreme. Sometimes certain people don't understand how things work, you know. Yeah, so...
Eliza, they have the oversachando.
Eliza Olumoko. I don't trust Eliza. Teresa Olumoko buba.
No, Teresa Magorola. So mom kai Olunako. Why Eliza?
I don't seem to trust your goro. Yeah, so, I mean, what do we have there, Jules? That's the Point newspaper.
Yes. And the headlines reads, I want us to overthrow Barrow, witness quotes, alleged coup leader. And of course, local government authorities accuse Barrow of violating ECOWAS protocol and constitution. And Justice Ministry reacts to UDP's leader's comments. And finally, not finally, Senegalese scholars set for Banjul Islamic Conference. And Ministry hails farmers, says farming shapes future. And finally, on the Point newspaper, CEO Senabu Martin asks government to investigate KMC on pursuing of trucks.
Okay, interesting. Audit reports unveils flaws in the award of Banjul Roads project, and of course, Army captain explained how he exposed December 2022 foil coup. Devastating fire outbreak consumes Nasir foam factory. We also have KMC CEO says she could not have access to her office. Gambians and office. Ministry of Information orders unlicensed, alcohol. Ministry of Information. Let me check that. Is that a typing error?
Ministry of Information, yeah.
Yeah, I think MOI. Okay, all right.
There is a new ministry.
Vendors to stop sales. And the editorial reads, educate the voters on the election process. Who could convene for a year of the need as yet for a debate on the merit of a commission of inquiry. That's what we have. And Mr. Mboch, once again, good morning, and it's good to share this platform with you.
Happy to be here.
Exactly. In our midst, you are an island. It is said, no man is an island. But for us, we learn from you. You understand?
Absolutely.
You make us cogitate. You understand? You make us cogitate. You know, you try to make our cerebrum and the cerebrum to
That's science.
Exactly.
You are giving me a bad name.
But it's the truth, Mr. Bush.
If you say that you're learning from me, and now you're sounding so crazily bombastic. I mean,
so you did not understand.
You're giving me a bad
So
name.
your NCP Helen is not taking it. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. I just want to create a tension this morning. I want trouble. I don't want peace.
He wants violence.
All right. Well, here the KMC CEO is saying she is not allowed to access her office. I mean, 2 years ago, she was asked to go and sit at home so that, you know, the investigation can be carried on to see whether the abnormalities that are allegedly, you know, portrayed on her, whether it is true or not. Now, the ministry is telling her, go back to your office, go back and work until we see if a person is going to stop you from accessing your office. Now she's here. She said she's not given access to her office. Is that fair? Is that supposed to be the case?
And to connect the stories too, she is here also, according to the Point newspaper, making allegations that the pickup trucks, that the Mali trucks that were, purchased by Talib Ahmed Bensouda were actually did not go through the right process, and that he overcharged the Mali trucks.
Does she provide any evidence for these assertions?
Nothing.
They're just assertions. I need to hear more. For me, the curious thing is, I haven't seen in the news for a long time now about Senabu Martin. And suddenly, the local government elections coming just around the corner suddenly has propped up again. That in itself is quite curious. Well, look, if I feel that my office, my boss has done something that they shouldn't do, I will go to the courts and test it. This is how things are done here.
Yeah.
All right? Maybe you may have others who might have some political motives for stirring up whatever, but that is not healthy. Let us try to do a healthy democracy, try to create a level playing field, and then we move on. If we disagree, we have a civilized way of sorting things out. We go to the courts.
Absolutely.
It's just as simple as that.
All right, we have a civilized way of sorting things. I mean, I wish we apply that civilized way of sorting out our problems. Many a times we have ways, we have, processes to sort out certain things, but it is not always the case here.
You are never going to have it always. It doesn't exist anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yes? That is why we have an adjudicating body. People will do wrong and all of that. All we ask is that our government, our institutions, let them work. Yes? People, folks, citizens, we will sort out somehow our differences. As long as our institutions work, well, come what may.
Exactly. Yes, Balde, do you have another one there, or should I read this one out?
Devastating fire outbreak consumed Nasir Foam factory in, on the Banjul Highway, Denton Bridge. Yesterday, I remember talking to Jenna Basonko. Most of the time, people will blame the fire and rescue service for not doing what they are supposed to do. But I said, look, it's the responsibility of each and every person to make sure you protect what you have. Sometimes, some of these infernos are caused by carelessness, I can say. Number one, we have a very bad wiring system. Number two, the cables that you are supposed to buy to wire your place. When you go and they tell you maybe a 1 meter cable, it's costing $10, and there is another one that is costing $50 because this is cheaper. You take the cheaper one, you go and fix it. At the end of the time, it brings a lot of problems for you. Sometimes carelessness can cause it. I don't know the reason, but I think most of the time it's carelessness.
How have you come to that conclusion?
Yes, most of the time people blame all these fires that happen on electric problems. Sometimes sockets that started malfunctioning. Sometimes they will tell you, there was a cable in the house. Sometimes it's spark. We called NAWEC for them to come and, for them to come and repair this. But it's to no avail. You will hear those stories.
Yes, and you used the right term there. They blame electrical wiring, but is it necessarily correct?
Sometimes.
I need an expert to tell me that. There are so many, sometimes we sort of reason in the dark because we do not have the data. With this particular one, this is a foam factory. One imagines that they will put in good quality wiring. As you said, we have no idea the reasons for this fire. You're right, sometimes it is carelessness, other times it is not. It is just in our nature that sometimes accidents do happen, what I mean, unintentional situations do arise. Sometimes these things happen. So, but when that happens, you learn from it maybe you will do it better next time. Unless we know the facts of this case, I'm not sure that we can say much about it.
But at some point, too, investigations are carried. You know, I spoke to Ade yesterday. He said to me, it's the job of we, the journalists, to go and find out how far have we gone on certain things. That is the investigations. The Fire and Rescue Service will tell you investigations are on, you know, but I've never seen any situation where they back to the people and tell them the fire that happened this place, this is the cause.
Cause of the fire.
This is the problem. This is the problem. I've never seen that.
That is very true. In most of these, whenever an incident occurs, they form commissions of inquiry or investigative task force or and stuff like that. They will let you know when they're doing it. But the findings, they never really come back. You never really hear much about the findings. What has happened? You even go and ask. This place is really very difficult.
Exactly.
We want to do journalism, but it appears as if the institutions, the people, we are not like that. We are not the kind of society that can entertain what journalists do. You know what I mean? We ask difficult questions, and if you refuse to answer, here there wouldn't be any electoral consequences. You see, in proper democracies, or you mess up with the media, you lose your next elections, possibly. But here you don't have that link, no consequences, so nobody respects journalists here. In fact, they think that we are troublemakers. When we find the message difficult, then we blame the messenger. Why do you have to say it? Put it under the carpet. Here we would rather put things, difficult things, under the carpet than discuss them. And when we go onto public platforms, what do? Oh, sometimes it makes me want to puke. We just stay there saying nice things. It's never really the difficult things. We never say that. Either we say very nice things or I'm just very, very awful. Instead of a balanced view.
It's good that Julde, Mr. Mboch, you know, came up with this. You know, I think if you are to be a journalist, you need to live by it. You need to live all, like, you need to follow all the rules and regulations. You need to, you have to, you know, make that journalism in you to be alive. You understand? What I mean is, I think most of the people, they practice journalism, but I think they are not qualified to be journalists. They are more of PAs. They are more of join the list. That's how I call it.
Yes.
It's a difficult one.
No, not really. These days I do hear a lot of people who call it media practitioners. I have no idea what that means. You have to ask yourself, what is a journalist? Are we losing sight of that because of social media and this, you know, this explosion? So we are losing sight of this particular craft. It's essentially a craft called journalism. Maybe we are losing sight of that, and our institutions, they do not understand the role that journalism plays in a democracy. Little wonder that the rise of journalism in Britain around, what, 17th century or so, journalism grew up with democracy.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's an extremely important pillar in democracy. They two grew up together, at least in the West.
Okay. So this one is saying local government, the Gambia Association of Local Government Authorities, GALGA, has accused President Barrow of violating the laws. That is the ECOWAS protocol and the constitution, because he set up a commission of inquiry to look into the dealings of the local government councils.
Does the ECOWAS protocol say that the president cannot establish a commission?
I want to believe so.
Do you have evidence for that?
He quoted...
Okay, quote the protocol. What does the protocol say?
Okay. He said GALGA further emphasized that the said actions by central government also violates ECOWAS protocol on democracy and good governance, supplementary to the protocol relating to the mechanism for conflict prevention, management, resolution, peacekeeping, security, and risk stabilizing the country, as well as other international norms and obligations of the government of the Gambia.
It still hasn't told me, and it's full rippled with jargon. That's not good communication in many ways. Let's put it this way, yeah? As I understand it, the president can form any commission that he wants. The question is, 2 months to the local government election, is this the time to do it?
That is the same question.
That is really what the question is, whether he can do it or not. He has formed here so many commissions. I think the president has the prerogative to form commissions. So here we're talking about the political judiciousness. Was it judicious politically at this point to be forming this commission on local government? You know very well that most of these wards are controlled by the opposition party UDP. So how people will read it? What are you trying to do? To destabilize them? Is that the only way you think that you can, form the majority?
That is why even the leader.
So, and it's a valid point.
Exactly. Even that is why the leader came out, Hussein Odabo, to say that it's a witch hunt on their side. And Justice Ministry, of course, issued a press release to respond and said that they were disappointed and they were not expecting such a statement to come from a statesman and, of course, a lawyer.
Look, I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Some people were overreacting. What do you think democracy means? You have different parties. You know what I mean? People will have different viewpoints. I, as a journalist, perhaps I wouldn't use the term witch hunt. Too emotive. But it is valid to say that 2 months before local government elections, you know very well that most of these incumbents are UDP. What are you trying to do? For the past few years, you go to the committees in the National Assembly, they've been saying awful things about the local government.
Mr. Mboj, reading the situation right now, I mean, you will understand, for them, it is normal for them to think this way, you understand? But I'm just elated that it's time. Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mboj, for joining us on the newspaper review. It's always good to have you here.
I like being here.
Yes, viewers, now we'll take a short break. After the break, then, we will talk to the Female Lawyers Association of the Gambia in partnership with the program for the promotion of the rule of law in sub-Saharan Africa. And we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Espas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. Espas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Sherry, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motors services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertil Harding Highway. Espas Motors. Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 352222 or 353-4444.
By Komene Woni Network, Burado Holorede, ko Lady Gambia do. QCell continue a dangol on internet service Holorado, ko Lady Gambia do. E 4G plus internet speed on Meng Innama, no yavi tenon kadi no Holora, watu kala dula, e QCell. ɗaɓɓu QCell sim card joni yahuka QCell customer care center ji ko leydi ɗo fi nafitoroɗa oɗo 4G plus internet yawuɗo ko leydi Gambia ɗo fi heɓugol hen ko laaɓi ina wawi noddude QCell customer care e 111 QCell suñubas minen udditi lawol ngol si woɓɓe jokki.
Welcome back. You are watching QTV this morning. The program is sponsored by Opticalia. They're located at the Tropic Shopping Center, Senegambia. So now we are back. Before the break, I said we'll be talking to the Association of the Female Lawyers of the Gambia in partnership with the program for the promotion of the rule of law in sub-Saharan Africa of, I hope I'm going to mention it right, Konrad Adenauer Foundation. Yes, organizing a training in strengthening women and children access to justice and community policing on the 23rd and 24th February 2023 at the Ocean Bay Hotel, Cape Point, Bakau. So you are welcome. I have Mariatu J. Newlands, and she is the female legal practitioner, social secretary, and of course we have Igbo Patrek. Am I right? Is that the right pronunciation? Yes. So it's good to have you here. And we'll start with Mariatu. Or should I say men first?
Ladies first.
No, let's say men first this
Ladies
time.
first.
What do you say? Can we say that? Always ladies first. So let's start with men. Isn't it, Julda?
It's up to you.
Okay, let's give them a chance.
I think I'll just take it ladies first.
All right. So please tell us about this.
Thank you, Mr. Balde. As you mentioned, Female Lawyers Association, FLAG, we're partnering with the Conrad Foundation in terms of implementing this project that you stated. Just to give a brief on who Female Lawyers Association is, FLAG is an association of female lawyers which was established in 2006. And our membership, of course, as the name indicates, consists of female lawyers. But of course, we welcome male members of the legal profession as well to, serve as honorary members in the association. So generally, what we do is we work on issues that affect women and children. But most importantly, we operate a legal aid clinic in our secretariat where we offer free legal advice and representation for women and children whose rights have been violated, who are having hindrance in terms of accessing justice. And of course, we also extend our work to raising awareness on issues that affect women and children and lobby for legislative reform on gender-sensitive laws. So in summary, this is what FLAG is and what FLAG does.
Okay, then we will come to you. Then we will allow Mr. Inco to tell us about Konrad.
Yeah, the Konrad Adenauer Foundation is a German political foundation who's named after the first German Chancellor, Konrad Adenauer. It's sometimes difficult to pronunciate. Yeah. So we are a German political foundation who is active in 120 countries all over the world, and we have a regional office in Dakar, in Senegal. And this regional office is covering 20 countries in sub-Saharan Francophone Africa on rule of law related issues. So we're doing seminars, workshops, trainings, publications on rule of law related issues. And for us, it's a great honor to be in the Gambia for the very first time, because we're normally covering only Francophone countries. But since you're surrounded by Senegal, we're also covering the Gambia. So I'm very happy. For me, this is the first time. I've never been to Banjul. And I'm very happy to have a partner like FLAG with us tomorrow to do a two-day seminar about women's and children's access to justice. And for us, it's also a great thing not only to have the civil society sectors involved, but we've got government institutions, we've got ministries, we've got about 50 women from all over the country. And I have to read this because I don't know Gambia so well, so they're coming from Lower River, North Bank, Upper River and West Coast regions, and we really want to see how we can inform women about their rights to really make sure that those rights that they have are being implemented.
How did you come about this selection process? How is it done? And what is the rationale behind the whole initiative?
Well, first of all, we work always with partners because we are just experts coming from abroad. I'm not as expert on women's rights. So we came to the Gambia, we found out that there is FLAC as a Female Lawyers Association, who's a perfect partner to do exactly what we want to do. And we have to be aware of the fact that Gambia is no exception if it comes to violence against women. According to the WHO, the UN agency, there's 1 in 3 women that is subject to physical or sexual violence at one part in their life. In the Gambia, that's the same thing. And there's, of course, some cultural specificities to the context. Sexual violence is more prevalent here, and things like female gender mutilation. So in this context, we would like really to make people aware of the laws that there are, because we found out there's good laws. Marietta will know better than me, but there's the Women's Act, there's the Children's Defense, there's the Sexual Violence Act. So there's good laws, but what we need to make sure that women are more aware of those laws, that the judiciary and other stakeholders are also more prone to implement those laws, so we can all have a better awareness.
I think your initiative, it's a good one. But I mean, how are you going to do this? I mean, we all know in certain countries, especially the Gambia, we have laws that are being carried out by, Parliament. But implementing some of these laws are problems. We have laws that are already covered, with dust in their cabins. They have never been implemented, So how are you going to do that?
I think at this point, Maria should really help us with that.
Yes, you're very right, and that is actually one of the main aims of this activity. So just to give a rundown, the purpose of the activity is actually to bring the stakeholders, mainly the individuals who are responsible for administering and enforcing this law, face to face with, I would say, beneficiaries of these laws, or I would say community women and children. So the idea is to sort of have them in one platform where a dialogue would be created for the women to have the opportunity to actually outline and indicate the challenges they face in their respective regions, particularly in accessing justice. And some of these challenges we know are not only cultural challenges, but also institutional challenges. And also for the stakeholders to also have an opportunity to actually respond to these challenges, for them to acknowledge that these challenges exist, for them to actually jointly come up with recommendations on how to overcome the challenges. So so basically the format of the activity is a 2-day activity. The first day, like he mentioned, we're inviting stakeholders ranging from the police, the Ministry of Gender, the National Assembly Select Committee on Gender, various stakeholders, even the judiciary and district authorities are all part of the stakeholders that are going to be part of this activity. And the first day is sort of like a refresher training where we will talk about the various legislations in the country. And the second day is more or less a day of panel discussions, which is like a dialogue and a face-to-face. So we believe that, as you mentioned, there are so many events that are organized, so many activities that that are hosted, with these various stakeholders. However, we have realized that one of the challenges is to bring the stakeholders and these affected individuals under one umbrella. That is why FLAG initiated this activity in partnership with the Conrad Foundation, and we believe that the outcome would yield results because the recommendations that we intend to obtain from these panel discussions, we are going to use as a tool to lobby and ensure that there's effective measures in ensuring that there's implementation of these legislations that have been mentioned.
Okay, so how many women and children are we talking about here, and how do you come about the selection process?
All right, so so FLAG has worked in all regions of the Gambia, and in all the regions we have focal persons that we work with. So in terms of the selection process, we partnered with the regional youth committees, who is an umbrella consisting of youth and children. We also have we've also have partnership with various district authorities, that is the district tribunals and the chiefs, And we also had partnership with the mothers clubs in the various regions. So these were the stakeholders that facilitated and assisted us in ensuring that we identified the right individuals. And I'll also mention that we have a strong relationship with the child welfare unit at the police department, and they have also been helpful in terms of pointing out the right individuals who should be part of this activity. So that is how we went through the selection process in identifying the individuals needed.
All right, let's engage you at this point. Let's talk about consistency. I mean, how consistent will you be, I mean, supporting the Female Lawyers Association of the Gambia, I mean, to help our people in this country?
I think we have to be realistic. We're just one external actor that can provide assistance to a specific other actor like FLAG on a specific issue. I'm covering 20 countries. But at the same time, we realize that Gambia has a lot of advantages in relation to other countries. And I'm covering countries like Burkina Faso, like Mali, like Guinea, where the security challenges are much more prevalent.
Exactly.
And we have a context here where you have a peaceful, functioning society, where you have security, where you have the basic pillars of rule of law functioning. That's one reason why we said this is a country where we would like to make a mark. And I'm sure this is just the start for our activities in the Gambia. We will see how that goes, but I can also promise you we will be back.
Well, I am pretty sure now in the Gambia, people are getting used to standing up for their rights, especially women and children. It's not like previous years whereby a person will be suppressed to an extent where you cannot stand. With you know, organizations like yours, you know, people are starting to understand how important it is to stand for yourself, you know. But at the end of the time, what do we expect at the end of these 2 days? What are we expecting?
Like I mentioned earlier, the main purpose of this activity is to be able to get clear and concrete and realistic recommendations jointly from stakeholders who are implementers and administrators of these laws, and also from the women who are the ones that actually benefit from the effective implementations of these laws. And the idea is, once we get these recommendations, as FLAG, we have the legal expertise to actually point out relevant amendments to laws and recommendation in terms of lacunas in our laws and so on. So the idea is to get these recommendations, put them together, use them as a tool to lobby for if need be, legislative reform, if need be, structures to be in place for effective implementation of these laws, and if need be, even a reform at the level of the various institutional levels like the police, the judiciary, and the district tribunals, to ensure that, you know, these laws, as you mentioned, as beautiful as they are effectively implemented and successfully ensure that the women and the children that they seek to protect actually realize the intention of these laws.
When it comes to the protection of women's rights and, of course, children's rights, how do you do that, and what kind of cases do you handle? Because it's really interesting to know that there is a body specifically, you know, that is there to fight for the rights of women and children in this country for free, I want to believe. Yes. Exactly. Tell us more about that.
I think I would say the Legal Aid Clinic at FLAG is one of our strengths and one of the most unique operations we have in this country. As you're aware, we have NALA, the National Agency for Legal Aid, but unfortunately they're only constrained to provide free representation in respect of criminal matters. So we're the only body providing free legal advice and representation for women and children in civil cases. And I can tell you the number of cases we receive in a month can sometimes go up to 30. And these extend to various regions in the Gambia. Sometimes it's just telephone calls where they need advice. Sometimes we even go to court for these women. Currently, we have, I would say, one very important case that we're handling in Barra, SL, where, you know, the lady is basically being deprived of her rights to property, jointly acquired matrimonial property. And we sometimes have issues relating to child custody, issues relating to child maintenance. So I would say we handle these unique cases. And let me say, countless times we've had cases where sexual violence had been an issue, where FLAG would actually go to the extent of having to engage the police to prosecute. I myself have watched brief in certain high-profile cases, which I'm not going to mention, but I had watched brief in certain high-profile sexual violence cases where I have provided support to the state, the Ministry of Justice, where I have also supported the police in terms of ensuring that they have the relevant information and tools to be able to successfully prosecute some of these matters. So we do a great job, and I'm very proud to be a member of FLAG. And
we are proud of you too.
Thank you. Although, however, we do have challenges in operating the legal aid because, like you said, we do it for free. So we sometimes have challenges in terms of ensuring that, you know, the women and the children are adequately represented. And before I forget, I would say that our members are the ones that actually take up these cases for free. So it is our members that take up these cases for free. Wow. They use their money, they use their time, and help these women and children. And I will applaud every member of FLAG for their support in ensuring that the rights of women. We have more than 100 female lawyers in the Gambia. However, it's only 60 active members that we currently have. So we're urging all the other female members to be more into the cause that FLAG does and be more of support to the FLAG.
Okay. Exactly. So, I mean, how often will you be organizing such kind of gatherings? I mean, and do you have any plans of decentralizing this, maybe going to Basse next time?
So this is the idea. Like I said, some of our participants are coming from Basse and joining us. However, like you said, sometimes it's important to go and reach out to them, find them in their comfort zones, in their communities where, you know, you create more impact. During the course of this year, we have an upcoming project with the American Bar Association where we will be holding sensitization programs across the regions as well. So we have more coming up in the pipeline, and hopefully with some of our proposals and funding approved, we will do a lot more in this year to reach out to more women and children in the Gambia.
Thank you very much. I would really love them to go to Basse because I need to teach my grandfather a lesson.
Seriously, Balde?
Yeah,
he's watching
so
you.
Thank you very much for coming on the program, Mariatou J and Igbo Badurek. It sounds like Ibrahima. You know the Ibrahima Gambian name?
Yeah, I know it.
It sounds like Ibrahima.
Well, it's probably linked somehow.
All
one world.
Thank you very much for coming. We'll take a short break. After the break, then the program will continue. We'll be back.
QCell, GSM company minna yirwa tariata Gambia Bankoka. QCell la 4G plus network ya banko bela mura. Andung ala internet o tariata sidula saba katambi nyongola. Sound sign yesta 335 kumandi. Yada di kemuna fang 4G sobe wala. QCell, Gambia la network lanna yari on.
QMoney is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new QMoney app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy QPower, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send QMoney, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. We innovate, others follow. Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. Unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at QCell Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boost Turntable. Contact us on 333-3217 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm.
Medicalia is a high-quality clinic from Europe, which is now in the Gambia. Do you have an eye problem? Do you feel a hearing difficulty? Medicalia is here to ease the pain for you. The first and only hearing aid dispensing facility nationwide, where patients can be tested and treated to recover from their hearing loss. Fitted with latest generation equipment, our doctors can provide healthcare assistance for eyes, ears, nose, and throat. Common diseases like glaucoma or diabetic retinopathy can be diagnosed and followed up for fast and correct treatment. Make your appointment with the eye or ear, nose, and throat ENT specialist today to relieve any pain you might be feeling, as consultants are available daily. Contact us for more information. Visit us at Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week, or call us on 503-4411 or 7767-123. Medicalia, premium care, personal touch.
Yeah, we are back. And you are watching QTV this morning. Now let's do some karate. Us, yoy, Jodan Suki, Gajaga.
Yeah.
Gajaga, what's going on here?
Well, it's been fun. Let me just try to see if I can do one action.
Oh,
this way.
That's Osuki.
That way.
Osuki, yes.
That
Jodan
way.
Suki.
And
Yes.
another punch.
Boy, your punches are very heavy, boy.
Very heavy ones. And very fast. Because I have lots of endurance. So, beautiful good morning. But we are going to do this one in Mandinka strictly. Balde, in this morning program, we are alone ni ñëw wato sita ka bala bo ñoto kacakel bala bo ñoto kaca ñi kono bi na molle soto mil botanam fo busumbala karate club yela sanji mo jura ñi dimas tambila benu jele ando sanji mo jura lo ñi ani ñata baake kol min keta je balde to ñam be ngalo ne ko karate mu keloldi kendi kindi kelola le bari wonni kindiro ñi kono itol ba fala mo le fo ni en kindi kelola ikata mol la ñini saté ko la mi bekkel la bang pour que mol to ñi isa yese balo kan ni no so ila boss be fe studio ko no jang atalo mastati atalo trainer fanti ka fa al Hussein Traoré
kadun de ka sile sometimes nga wonna nga ko mun na ñil ka karate ke karate ni yake fo ni yake fana ngi sita o ñama mang mo so de ben ini momi bekkel la ya bro fana bi jele ba woto nake wa mbe bismillah
al Hussein yo do bismillah programme ko
yo bismillahir rahmanir rahim alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin be mobe kontona itola ñing kital ñe kontaan ko baati ngam fantara jam bi pour ka kudoli tandi kabo karate la koto ndela mu sanse Al Hussein Traoré busumbala karate club ila sanse mu telete wala mu ila mastamu teleti tele maralinje yo tele ka dinul karande je yo ton kontaan tabake nalla be ngola inshallah.
Yes. Science continue. A fele ni sanji mo njura do nyin keta. Sanji mo njura do nyin ndebe nu njele. Ngaje yela dindungol karande minna ya jama bake. Safo comme karate nyin kaprite ya kumas. Ani ini la dindungol mu nafal le bije comme bawo ndiam ta kelo la karola janne. Fo ni nikindi ni parete kata sate ko non don kam mol ni mil se kela no bam fo donc ike karandi respect ko la discipline ani aussi fa.
Yo alhamdulillah ila ñin karo kuma tabake yo karate folo ntenga karate kuma so to mbe do yarin do mandi yo nga karate ke fo alhamdulillah nga black belt o soto je yo bari ntolla karamol ka min fontolier o mu karate ate daji ko le ñinin ka yo amang fayito ñinin ka en ka fawara amo ñinin ka daji ko ay wala ñinin ka e kam fatandi min na bake wala mu kelo hana tara moye nen duron nen dirken songo e manen nawli la kam may ko e kata kelendi ke la sembo e tandala bar karate amanna sembi kula kato ko ate mu sembi lati mi yalon ko niya karam ite fango e hakilo be bula kele ko kanne ko mi kele ko dum buka dum isondo mola setano be dawda e kaborile ate buñale nyinin ka ani horomo niya moy ko karate drum buñani horomo drum ay wala nyinin ka sai ba yala o horomo min be bala ne o bunya o ba sabule ite kilo fa ibe nyina la kilo ko la fa ha
so ni se diam fana bala bo nyoto la kuma la bawo ni be karata nyinke kan yale bulol kam man ne ka podile ka borim ngol ka podol minke bawo e balo kam taram man kan ne sa inse kuma do man din fonye to
karata la kuma ya asiyata la buka fono yo min bije dor wala mum ni e karate karam ku folo aka min kulu wala mi isondomo aka isondomo kulu anu fanan ake jato fanan bambandi bari ntolbe karate nyin kono le ka mol karandi ngamo jama karandi ngalonne kuma min nafa min bije mol ka fo mol yele comme misal fe mol dol bije nge karandi inene ka fo nyo comme tol sa katare tol balale comme kundi molu nyamini ngolu kono di molu te di molu chokol teng bari ala du nyo kan kabiri karate karam fo futata place to dron ya jobe obe yel mante balale yo ndul fana ngaje ngawo mutako yar fon karate aka ku jamale doku hadama dingo bala namanke sonno mote bara ase balo bambandi ase jata kendi adila asa sabuno fana ise fam protect no ise la family fana protect no ise la banko fana protect no nabe dami fana tenkugo ka kejele fenko ndongol bukasiya bari mol ni e karate moy doron ika silale to ka jele ko mi fendolem ni karate mano ma abe nyinde kelela tara ko mi to ka karanne ko mi kelolem bari mbuka karam pour ka kele mbuka karam pour ka boy mol kan warado kata bandi ala warado ka karanni ka plano nyini nyin kamala se ku kemi alon ko ay ke record to mobe alon to buka ke wonya
ngajele fana video to dindi merengol le bije fo alka mol tale mel be sanji jelo alka dati muntole andu fana ni mo lafta join abe join na nyaadi ne fana
yo nka dindi mol tale dindi ngo atika fengo record le kabirin abe bambane kono na fo kabira ba ma kono dindi ngo ka record ke jele ni dindi ngo wuluta fana aka fe njama record asi sokon kato ko itul ka millong itul ka jele ko mi dindi ngolam ko mo fi kunna itul ka ngatarde mi soto je wala ko kun ka fa ni mun dindi ngolata nyimman si nyin ke wala na ya hani diyam ba kata mo fodron mul ka fa dindi ngolam nyenti am nyen na nyim fola na ya hani ala to fodron mul ko dindi ngolam nyenti am nyen na nyim fola o ka sabu na dindi ngol kamurun koma bar dindi ngo aka wuli ko minna ni ya sopote akandore bajela akata fenti akono yo bar kan dindi ngol tale dindi ngol abisawo sang nka tale madama ay tamo ni kingo no nana ta de aka molje ke bulol faynya ke singol faynya mi afan ka traile ka ke yo comme ka te karandi no comme ka ke ba karandi nyami bara ka tara ke bal tema nyami aka fe nyama record wala nyama natul ba kalam tan na hakilo yuru wata don aka fenne ke bal te min ke no la
sa akonyi gajaga balanga nyo akonyi coming tol ye believe men soto ko coming ko karate ni bala doron kata mol kata kilo dama karate mo kilo damalde alla nyim fo stage bala le comme nim mo dunta comme alka dati nyaadine comme alka kululore dati bang fo alka kilo nyine dati bang alka dati nyaadine stage oni
yo karate janni be dunna folo luwal bi jamini yalon ko e kala nde nyakoto wala mo nga fo mo dadale luwal be katara balal ni nata do e ka fo mo nyine ta folo yeta ya read ye luwal be read kulwolu e nyanta ka minke e nyanta ka kebal respect nyamen ni dunda salo nyin kono wala akam to ko dunda classe kono sai e la finto le na dungol ni be fintile sara ni be seyle sara ulbe o luwal be katara jele sai bala janni te kadum ite ka lon e nyanta ka minke folo e bala sai ni dunta a tre luwa be lon amanjari ya foye ko luwa mu nyinni nati bar ni betre no nyin kono fana nka kachal soto wato dol nka luwal ñun fo ka fo ko ni be karate la ñanta ke muñanne ñanta ka ke bar respect le yo nka ku jama karandi wo kono yo bare bitu ni nata dron nka dum to fisgla ka chokol ni fasol ke woni ñokono o ko la nga continue kalondo di
nga moy ne fanan façon le bidje karate mune mo la façon like façon le bidje dol mel ya lon ko nga moy le ka bulol le use dol bije e ka singol le use or something category nyen lafta wala lon
karate la façon asiyatale kung fu bijele sawlen kung fu kata kung fu sul kata wu tank nyol yo karate fanam bije sotokan taekwondo bije kata zido sifa asiyatale mini yalon ko ila kunyal mankeli ila tanyal mankeli
okay
ha bari abe mu londe ko wolete e ka karam ni dun da kung fu e ka kung fu karam ko mi ka karate karan nyami yo bari kajele ila movement no nyi e ka bonyo ko to do mandi e wayla kung fu itul tata ko mi dafe ngol ka kele nyami karate wol tata ko mi real ale bulo
fight
wala mu ila difference od bara man difference ba nyinin ka bari ni karate karan akam to kung fu karan ni kung fu akam to karate e be mu fenge kilingolati sa tuta ete be karam mo jumale bulu waronte be karam mo jumale to ila so be ya ni la kato dango atuta wala bulu
balde sa ngamira se dum ba wato man jamfa hay dindim fula soto jang kadijatu ning is it Lamin Seydi always studio kono jang pour isa ita ndim molla ye min karang demanding bari ni la master beta master be kumol fole to lalu ne ka ke nyami den sa jibe e ke la kol ke nyadi le master budung say
allo yo allo okay be min folo itan la wala mu qaidati karate katalle soto wala form yo say nyanta ka wala folo ke o kola sina itandiro ke nyanta ka minke komi kelo bulol be nyame say mebe se mo kilim bula e katake do mandi o kola isina dum kol dol kono
say itandira
say te nyata linte say be katake linkela komi min so ne atebo
ay mida
wow
say masta be nyimmi natande bulu fayol ni sim fayol ni comme ni moy attaque ba mari defend nyami fo
ha kamen keten londi jamal be fudiri nyin kono ni moli attaque aketa mo kilenti ba aketa mo jamati bang ina nyanta ka kele nyami aka wala keten say baje la say ni nyin karam aka ku jamal so ni andi e kabirin balabo nyoto ko kata fo ini moli nyanta ka be nyami waranto natara moye attaque waranto ay la famille attaque waranto yo sifal nyimbe makoy la ibe bor la wol tema nyami ani be kof la nyami kay control ha ni kawle itandi ha sa kam ha kam
wato man sia
yo
dal be aja kadiyatu ba hade musoldi so ngajibe afanan katu ko be fama fen no muso fana ono
absolutely
dile nyol wala kadiye say masta Abubakar mela fila ka ku kilim fananje wala idol mo fulo kilongo la fa ka ku fe ñoo fay ñi ndongo lafta ka block mela fila pour ko je baake o se kuma baake
okay
donc ale fananje
wow amazing
moje dro la fa se mo jay la kay te malo o para mo dole bu do yaaja ay pointo di ala ko day ay na ko feñu bule
ay busa yeah ay yo e just nyakile do adila taxi ka no oh nice
that's an amazing way
ñu demonstration what about dara
du yaaja hey
aywa ñinna mo wolti comme natara moye attaqué bulola imam min long waranto mi lafta ka toñero ke yo silang ite ñanta ka mari control ñami wala mu ñinke ñaati
But hani obe ba tra la pour que bora mari la dal. Fona tra ko ma nyapite kan ne sa ala
fotumo isela do ko bari nkaramo ka wala fo ko manyan na kele la ako barni kele wato sita mota fo le kele yo comme wosi falam nyinti sa en comme wato do li se joran tano le comme muro waranto kabo pour que attaquer ado bato se hani klinke ko no on fula yo comme muro fela bulu sila nyande kanyi attaque
wow
muro jolonta ay nyim mari fana ay control yo say fana ay murota ya attaque ba
de kumara bagal
okay
yo budon abulo to mon yala
aywa ñi mumu soleti afana ya kata ay style
I am proud of her
wala mu
mashallah.
And you know guys, one thing about karate, if you get a wife that does karate, you will be very careful. Nice, that's a nice one. Ala barka. Master, lafta fenne ñinin kala. Comme yalong ñum karate dulal. Time to time bije fo mo se boy ay barma modo se boy kudol se keno modo la ale insurance package chotole ban pour alla mulu because fo kumayata bake
je kumayata bake bari sport kono ana manki karate dammati moka prolongo sotono baramol katol yo kubol ika wosotole yo silang bari tol nga compression ke tili fulala janni ñing lungu be sila dimanche lungu ñimbe sila barenka keso sotolen ka borol kije yo mobe loring wala mimbe marare ko wala ni min kubita aya dada natara min bota fana ala ka kungu bota waranto asin kondingo kubita aka dada yo nga wosotole yo comme salo kono te pour ka wosoto yo comme man sembe soto folo pour ka wol sifal soto ndi folo bari comme nin be competition latin ko wol soto ndi le
So after 20 years alye competition or comme altata outside competition wala le bang fo aldanta yanda mal alman finti banta
okay nene fintita banta kata competition wala yo dinol fintita kata Mali kata competition la zone 2 kata Senegal fana kata competition wala yo nga master do soto kono je intel nga karandi atele bentenoma o fana na data China ka compression okije nga finto soto len kabinke yo bari finti dol bije ka finti kata Europe ma fangol lanka soto le bari ko mi sembo Kenya ka finti ka soto ke kata makoro yo de maro ka mankile yo serunga Holland fang soto ole mol kumandi bar mantano ñinan ko tege nga do fana soto hanisa be mako ñino la bari man silo soto folo pour kataje ha baro ñanta kila ñi match karo min kanate
tell us more about that. Is maybe perhaps more those be I'll support and all that.
Bari ding kan tul fana folo bakele bu sumbala karate kul vialong bake wala tina wati ika kumandi ka kol dol fonye yo ika anyine mbulu pour nga invitation o nyine bulu yo bare ala dunyo kam nyinantani nga kabiriya nyine mbulu nga idani invitation o nati bare nga mo tanyong ngole ka funyola pour milbita yo bare science ten be safero la ninka bundal konkon yo bare hani science follow man soto ke follow mimba sabula ni mo tama be wita Malta kata competition wi laje.
So almang ministry fanang approach, Ministry of Youth and Sports and all that.
Yes.
Ooh.
Wow. Teach you discipline, self-defense, and the importance of physical exercise. Two members of the Busumbala Karate Club, Khadijatu Ka and Binta Jeng, shared their experiences of
Yes, so we are on. Okay. Ebe fenne fokano.
Ni ka makorola. O kami nka safero kele kende ke ka fintindi bari yalo ete ka asafele dora ita bari buka jabiri sotoje ibuka lo munem daliloti yo bari ntul fanan kan nakato dango kele hani nanyum programme fam ka traile sembo dango bari sponsor man soto mimbe sponsor la katambi nyindi bari programme fele mi yalo ko be wararing molbe siaring bari bajala haninta nga dinkira jamale ma kumi ntol fangol ka sabati dami pour ka competition ato karate ke bari ni tata dawoda ni ole bula me bi sanji killing sanji fulan jangoy ka sulela dinkira la fo e bo dinkira to yeta dinkira nga dinkira jamale ma ha bo yidum kata fo farato cameroun ambu sumbala je fo nga karamo soto je woyem fasa do man bari nga sanji jama ki jele do mandi o kola ina tam fu nyi dinkira faran na kote ke pour nga taraje
bari say al fanambe do ko kala pour kala salo sota
say mbe wodo ko le tray kam pour nga na fansu salo soto bari nyi mo jama be nyame say ni hani bondi jam dol ni nyimbe nyatili na dami nga dinkira soto pour nyi be taraje trena de ko le yaram bari mbe nakato dango ke kanne pour nyi kamalam fonanse fansu dinkira soto ko be football filol be nyame ani stadium mol be nyame tol fanan ka soto nyame ete batala ni lafta kata la ko ke ka keno yo tol fanan lafta ka wosi fala soto gambia jam ni gambia karate fana yo wosi fa soto obe ma ko ila bake ay bayala ku jama bi jeni sa keno mse sembo fana soto no ka fintino kana no
thank you gajaga time o yuni
baraka bake alfsen la mol pour kana nan jam di nal se kacha alla karate ko kenya be nyame ani fanan ni fanan na karolan se demar keno pour ka litan di dunia la fanan bo kato nyin dawo kelal ala baraka bake fo wati do
aywa.
Thank you very much, viewers. We'll take a short break. After the break, then the click segment with Churchill Balde. We'll be back.
Sophia Pandes, Bully Gang, halalala, halalala, Milawando, wahalala. Stylist, where you say? I'm a whole vibe. Get to youth, me no problem. Dirty act, we deport them. I'm a whole vibe. Every day we are set trend. Bully Gang, we are captain. I'm a whole vibe. Jonor, killing, fuller, down on the floor. Boom, panny, bad girl for sure. Anyway, me give them more. I'm a bad girl, la la la. You can call me the shot, ha la la la. I'm me who give them the ha da da da. Rockin' tat, no one, ha la la la. Whoa, hold on. You know me not Steph, me not London. Most wanted by any bad man. Can't try, we are champion. Whoa, you know see. Bully Gang, you get hot Italibi. I know other girl come again a bad fee. Whoa, shut up, I know mele. I'm a whole vibe. Get to youth, me no problem. Dirty act, we deport them. I'm a whole vibe. Every day we are set trend. Bully Gang, we are captain. I'm a whole vibe. Jonor, killing, fuller, down on the floor. Boom, panny, bad girl for sure. Anyway, me give them more. Bad man feel bad man. Same way, bad girl feel bad girl. But me stand that up like 7. Good girl up like 11. Stop, you need a medication. Stick out, let me give you education. Hot girl, temptation. Fire, big nation. I'm a whole vibe. Get to youth, me no problem. Dirty act, we deport them. I'm a whole vibe. Every day we are set trend. Bully Gang, we are captain. I'm a whole vibe. Jonor, killing, fuller, down on the floor. Boom, panny, bad girl for sure. Anyway, me give them more.
Yes, we are back. You're watching QTV this morning. And now it's the click segment with my own brother. Boy, I get drip.
My man.
Boy.
QTV is drip king.
No, why I get drip? Boy, for you boy.
Noise.
Some Nikes on my feet, bro.
Oh my God.
Anyways, good morning out there. It's your boy Churchill Balde right here on the click segment with my family Balde and Julde. Sen come to them agio sa sanda bida fare. Afare nga am man tamit Balde. Anyways, my guest is no other than the dancehall diva Sophia. Come Gambia hamnen ko. So jarul sa bu bari. Welcome to the show, boo.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we'll allow you to greet your fans and then we kick on with the interview.
Oh, okay. I thank you guys for having me here today. Thank you, the beautiful
Who is Balde and who's?
This is Balde and that is Julde.
Okay, Julde and Balde. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the entire QTV for having me. I say good morning to my fans out there and to you too. Thank you.
You know, it's a pleasure.
I know. Thank you.
We celebrate talent, and you are one of them OGs. You've been consistent.
Thank you.
Understand? So let's start on with that consistency. What do you think you put out there that made you this consistent for this long?
I think probably because I do most things differently from what everybody else been doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, niti sungi say look as that is different from what everybody else is in their mind constantly, and then I just have this ambition to always just push forward. So,
yeah. And hard work pays off at the end of the day.
It does.
Yeah. So. You have a movement called
Bully Gang.
Bully Gang. So what is the movement about? Because when I say bully, I'm like, yeah, don't come and bully me in the studio.
Well, it's just a name that is catchy.
Okay.
Because you know, bully represents someone that is always yeah. Why I took that name is because I've been bullied most of the time on the internet. And I cannot say anything about it because they'll be like, oh, you're an artist. You cannot reply. You cannot say this. I've been bullied over and over again. I think I'm the most bullied artist. Not just male or female, in general. Yes.
I get that.
Yeah, but I can't say anything.
True.
So I decided to just give myself the name to show that I can also do the same.
Wow, that's savage.
Savage.
Yeah. So, past years you've been here, understand what I mean? Dancehall bang them, but then you feel that dancehall is not well represented. Do you feel that way here in the country?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think is the problem?
First of all, it has a lot to do with our culture.
True.
Yeah. So there are things you just don't come gain is a helpful. No. We all know it's mostly our culture that allows certain things to happen or certain things not to happen.
True.
But as well as also is a culture, people listen to dancehall music outside of Gambia.
True.
So if it's not happening here, it's just because people don't want to support it.
Right.
Because so they make club nyom damako popcan nyom for they get boss more than the even Nigerian artists.
True.
So if my people are not playing the dancehall or repping the dancers because they don't want to.
But for a lot of time, it's because Yending sound more of Jamaican than Gambian, and so on, because the Gambian want to be feel represented. Don't you think that is one of the problems?
Well, I don't think that's a problem because the fact that most boys are all of them they like us in Patois.
Oh.
Yeah, but dancehall, the moment I switch from the originality, then it's no more dancehall. It's like we're all doing the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically that's why you see, to be specifically me, my day TFO suru lolu ñu ñep dañoo nekk ci same circle bi and then there's no dance off.
Yeah. Amul delo gannaaw.
Exactly. Ni nen dem rek.
So la nga foog should be done to change this narrative?
Well, I just think more dancehall artists should stop switching up.
Okay.
Because right now, basically, people be like, "Oh, Sophia, you shouldn't be doing the hardcore dancehall. It doesn't sell lately.
Okay.
You should mix it with Afro and blah blah blah." So there is a lot of Afro. Everybody doing Afro dancehall, Afro. So then there's no representation of what we're doing.
Of the genre
Exactly, of the genre itself. So I feel that if a lot of these big superstars that are big in the Gambia, we all know them, would stand up for what they represent, then
dancehall the
them, yeah, because it's a thing that it cannot go behind, it just goes forward. Yeah.
Okay, we have a music video of you that I really love. I admire this music video, like the message, the quality of the visuals.
Yeah.
You know. So what we'll do is we'll allow our viewers out there to take a look at the video, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I'm a real ghetto girl on the street. See me as a shutter girl, smoking weed. Big man wants to rip a girl. They could be a layup, neck a criminal. Ghetto girl, I'm a real ghetto girl on the street. See me as a shut up, girl. Smoking weed, big man want to rip my girl. They could be a lady like a criminal. This are the place I'm fucking marijuana. This are the place I'm fucking panicana. Cause poverty can done. System filled with so the youth them run. Mama crying cause she loses her son. Young sorry, her bunny body. Body gully, boy that's Italy. Tryna bang your body. Yeah. I'm a real ghetto girl on the street. See me as a shutter girl. Smoking weed, big man want to rip a girl. They could be a lay up neck a criminal. Ghetto girl, I'm a real ghetto girl on the street. See me as a shutter girl. Smoking weed, big man want to rip a girl. They could be a lay up neck a criminal. But my them, so me tell them me not afraid. But me looking for the paper. When I'm gonna love to my brother. So I'm getting stronger. Young go sorry, her go bunny body. Body gully, boy that's Italy. Tryna bang your body. Yeah. I'm a real ghetto girl on the street. See me as a shutter girl. Smoking weed, big man want to rip a girl. They could be a lay up neck a criminal. Ghetto girl, I'm a real ghetto girl. Big man want to rip a girl. They could be a lay up neck a
Criminal. Well, come from that. Yo, that's one of the that's my favorite work of you. To be honest.
Yeah.
But Lamo inspired this song actually.
Thing is, when it comes to dancehall, people sexualize it a lot.
True.
They don't know that there's only a message that comes from it.
Right.
Yeah, no matter how rough it looks, it's us representing the ghetto, and we've seen a lot of things that's happening.
True.
Especially in my hood. Like people think when it comes to raping, it's just females that are being raped. They're like, oh, it's because of how you're dressing. I'll be like, so what about the 5-year-old?
Yeah.
What about the 3-month-old baby? It has nothing to do with what you wear. What about the male children that are raping? So we have to bring this initiative that people, it doesn't have anything to do with what you're wearing. Because even a grown man can be raped. So people need to hear about it. So I thought this could be my first song from my album that people need to know what's happening.
And I love the fact that you've taken this route because you're mostly people paint you as this. Understand what I mean? So how many there's a message that can come from you, and Lee is very inspiring. So you being a female in a male-dominated field, how do you feel?
Yeah. Well, I feel attacked most of the time. It's like a constant thing. Yeah, and I feel sexualized mostly. I'd be like, oh, Sylvia, I'd be like, I'm just representing what I represent. This is just the dancehall thing that I represent. But also I feel powerful because you cannot call 5 male without calling my name. Yeah, come Santayala. So we are like pushing so hard, but it's also hard because niti attention buneka digis gori. Yeah. So it becomes harder. Why Santayala Nyungfi, we're going to push harder as we can.
I feel that the ladies in the game are doing so well. So
massive.
We also have to strike that balance. Channel the same energy that we're putting on the men, on the females as well. Push both male and female. So you have a project. Explosion. What inspired the name Explosion?
Well, explosion itself is a loud sound, and everything just goes off. So basically, I did a mixtape 5 years ago that was called Revelation. It was also a song. People don't usually listen to songs that are inspiring. Then when I started my music, because I think changes on the way, you know, all these inspiring songs, people are just not interested in it. For some reason, they'll be like, okay, whatever.
Know, right? And at some point, it's true.
I'm telling you, bro.
It is
like
true.
you've been, when you release, they'll be like, okay, but just release something crazy. Thank you. And people will be like, yeah. I'll be like, oh, okay, whatever. So now this
album is like explosion. Whatever kept in is about to come out. Manifest everything. So basically, this is me taking forward women, what we believe, kids, everything with me, to talk about what women are going through, what the male also are going through, what Gambia is going through, the general public at large. So this is basically an inspiration for me to push myself. I've been in the game for past 10 years. Yeah, so this is giving me the opportunity to believe in myself that I can do it and everybody else can do it. So basically, it's just to explode and just manifest good things.
Girl power. Girl power.
Yes.
So Project B, who are artists that have been featured on this project?
We have YD. We have the female artists, Miss Jobis, Lena B, and Lady Lena. We have Jizzle.
And talking about Jizzle,
wow, it's going to be released probably by the night time today.
Wow. And what's the name of that song?
Come Chop.
I
knew you were going to come in at this point.
Come chop,
I know. Support guy. Don't listen to them. Thank you. Don't listen to them.
I can't wait for that song.
Well, it is good. I know everybody saying. Title video like, oh, I want to know what's in that thing. Yeah. It's at night though, it's today. It's at night, yeah. Taylor Morgan. Exactly. So that's why I waited a little bit, just a few days to the album, because I know people are anticipating to know what exactly me and Jizzle have to release that title, Come Chop. So basically that's it. And we also have an international collabo from UK, which is called Big Energy.
Wow.
Yeah, positive energy, and what you spread into the world is exactly what you get back.
Nice.
So basically, the album is comprises of different things that people have not heard from me. Yeah.
So, you wrap it up with what to expect. Tell us when date
Yeah, so it's going to be this Saturday, which is the 25th, and tickets are 300. Pre-sales 500 at the gate, 700 VIP, and we're going to. I want people to understand that it's not going to be like an anyhow show.
Okay.
I'm not calling people to just come and do the playback and do you know, and then everybody goes home. It's going to be a proper show with a live band performance, everything highlighted and proper. So I want Gambian, Punyugin and Nino Hall.
Venue.
Q City.
Okay.
Q City.
All right, that's important.
So that was all we had for you on the Click segment right here. It's your boy Churchill Bala. I was here with Sophia. Go on support this Saturday going down. Explosion.
Yeah.
Till I come your way. Bye.
Yes, this Saturday it's going down. Come chop. Bye bye.
See, he said come chop.